So the key to understanding the nodal story is looking at the south node of the moon, the sign in the house it falls in. So in Martin Luther King's case, we see south node of the moon in Scorpio, and then we see the ruler of Scorpio, the modern ruler is Pluto, in the third house of speaking, communication. So with the Scorpio, there are issues of power that can go wrong, of being overpowered. And I think with Martin Luther King, he was not able to get his message across. See that the sun from Capricorn opposes Pluto. Now, being opposed by the sun in Capricorn is like being opposed by, the authority. The sun is the center of the solar system. Its gravity pulls everything to it. So it's like standing against the brick wall of reality. That sun symbolism opposed him. And in Capricorn symbolizes institution, the government, the law, because it's ruled by Saturn. Saturn is the law. And this is what he was up against. Of course, in the ninth house is the house that represents one's point of view, principles. And of course, Martin Luther King led the struggle against the norms of the time, the codes of the time, the laws of the time that were evil, that were racist. That was just, the convention is that a certain race of people were dehumanized by law. And he, in this lifetime, used his Plutonian, his power of words as the spokesman for this movement and as the leader of this movement. Scorpio is intense. Scorpio makes people uncomfortable because Scorpio goes straight to the truth. It's kind of like stripping away the unnecessary details and understanding everything that lies beneath the veneer of civilization. And Pluto symbolizes one's ability to deal with evil. What is Martin Luther King, I'm not talking now about the karma, but in his life, what did he bring to society's consciousness? The evil of racism, of segregation, of dehumanizing a race just because of their color. Now, when we look at the north node of the moon, that's like the remedy to the difficulties that you bring in from the south node. What is the evolutionary goal? What is the soul craving for? It has to do with Taurus meaning, and Taurus is about finding inner peace. It's about becoming grounded, finding that inner equilibrium. And when you watch Martin Luther King speaking and giving interviews, he is like a statue. He's so poised and elegant and unwavering. Taurus, of course, symbolizes the stubbornness of the bull, but stubbornness I would substitute with the word steady. Taurus, once it starts, it doesn't quit. Now, Pluto is about deep transformation. Martin Luther King, you can take from his sermons and his speeches, almost every line is a beautiful quote with deep and profound meaning. But he says in one of his sermons, what if they put us in jail? We transform from dungeons of shame to havens of freedom and human dignity. The dungeons of shame, that's Scorpio, that psychological deep understanding of the human psyche, where if you're oppressed for such a long time, you come to feel ashamed of who you are. And the ability of a great leader, as he was, to transform from that lowly position to find the haven. A haven is Taurus, because Taurus is about peace. You find the security of Taurus, the haven of dignity and freedom. And dignity is very Capricornian. It's very much about Saturn, hard-earned dignity and self-respect. The word dignity comes up a lot, all the time in his words, in his speeches, because of his understanding that the condition that Black people were under made them into nobodies. And he always said, you have to become somebody. You are somebody. The protest of the sanitary workers wearing signs of I am a man, claiming back your dignity. Okay. That's a lot to take in. If you have comments, please share them. I want to just honor this great man who was courageous, who rose to the challenge of, he didn't set out to lead a movement for human rights. He was catapulted into it, and he rose to the challenge. He shouldered the responsibility, which is that Capricorn sun ruled by Saturn